Yes, I
Okay.
do hear you.
Okay.
I thought I was waiting on like the music to play, but wasn't nothing playing, and I was like, "Is it me?"
That's why I had to make sure, like, this is awfully quiet here. So as everyone else is trickling in, yes, I know the title. It is April 1st, but today we are all no fools, and it is March Madness, and we are in the week of the Final Four. The portal is jumping, the coaches are moving, and the girlies are all out and about. Dolores, there goes Dolores and Shay, and I think I saw Lo. And yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. While we
I don't see them. Request to speak.
this DJ is bumping. Can you hear that bass? It sound like a box Chevy.
That one.
Dolores down there naked.
Not naked.
Shay and her
I'm gonna make you co-host.
okay, and Shay and her Cuban links.
What's poppin'?
Wish popping. Got beef forever. Let me know when you send it because it still says Dolores is a listener to me, but he's here though, so that's all that matters. Say something, Dolores.
I'm here.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started while we're waiting for everyone else to come up and for Yana's Android to cooperate with us today.
Oh, that's so nasty.
It is so nasty and
It
so cool.
ain't. At least I ain't got nothing beeping behind me.
But I don't got nothing beeping behind me either because I'm not home. Hmm. I am not home, so it ain't nothing beeping in here. Um, so, yes, as I was saying, it is April 1st, and the Final Four matchups are set. So I guess before we get into the actual Final Four, let's all just take a minute to recognize the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight games from this past weekend. What was your favorite game in all of the low scoring, the low scoring efforts that we saw over the past week?
Ooh.
My
Um,
favorite game. So this includes the Sweet 16 games,
Yes,
right?
yeah, Sweet 16 and Elite Eight.
So, mm, okay. I enjoyed South Carolina and Maryland. I thought that was really fun. Um, and I also enjoyed Tennessee and Texas in their chaotic way of playing.
ooh. Um, I like LSU, UCLA. That was probably my game of the.
Oh yes, that one did happen too. Yes, that
Yeah,
one.
that was probably my game of the.
The Kennedy Smith game.
Yeah, yeah. Kansas State.
The future is definitely bright for that one.
But that UCLA LSU game, I said, oh. One thing I will say though, for all the chatter that was leading up to it, I thought we was gonna get a little more
Me
uh,
too.
spice, but shit. I don't know. One thing I do want to say, I seen that video circulating with the call with the ball going off Kiki Rice's foot, and y'all, like, the refs is gonna be the refs, but Betts was in foul trouble to the point that she didn't play in the second quarter, and they won those minutes with her on the bench. That's where the game got lost, not in no calls in the second half, y'all.
Dolores, I sent you a co-host invite. See if you can get low to the stage.
Bet. 1 second.
And so, I know we talked about the spice and the words that were shared across social media. We touched on this briefly previously in regards to basically who's allowed to talk trash, yada yada yada. But what did y'all make of the conversation going around the young lady at the end of the UCLA game in LSU who basically mentioned LSU, and then people said, well, you don't even play, so your opinion doesn't matter. Like it. What are your thoughts on that?
I I have to say this. Mama Betts was on her tens, and she did not lie. LSU is a team that smacks people in the mouth. They talk their shit. They got their motion. They're the aggressor. They don't get outworked. However, every year, at least twice a season, they come up against another team that is bigger or more talented, and they turn into puppies. The only player on the LSU roster that really popped off and didn't even do it until the second half was Flau'jae. Like, Anissa got her ones off, but let's be real. When she was matched up against Lauren Betts, she was in hell. She started making her stuff when she went, to the 3-point line, got to her mid range, and then of course was making some contested layups in transition against some of the secondary bigs, Dugalich and Gardner and Janiyah. But they got hold. Like LSU, I mean, when second half came and Betts came back, they was hitting them in their shit. Like it was very evident that UCLA was like, we know y'all think we the Valley Girls and we ain't, you don't think nothing of us, but they fed off of Janiyah and Lauren. Like Lauren was on one from the first play. Um, so yeah, I definitely think they get very sensitive when the same energy that they give is reciprocated. Because even to the extent that Janiyah was like, this win was for my Texas A&M teammates, and I seen people posting pictures of the three teammates on some marijuana charges, and it's like, since when did y'all become Donald Trump? Like y'all don't like people to talk shit. Y'all don't like people to say I'm getting it back. Like when LSU won the title in 2023, they said they was getting their get back for South Carolina. Like, so what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
I just think if we on Twitter and we could pop our shit about our respective teams and the girl is actually on the team that go to the school that practice every day can too. Because we just on Twitter and we be popping our shit, so why they can't?
Exactly.
I seen people asking for Janiyah highlights after all her comments. I said, if I was a UCLA fan, only highlight I'm posting is her with that damn Final Four hat. That's the one that matters.
And she made like a big three when LSU was going on a run. Like, I know it's not, 20 points in a game, but when LSU was going on a run, she hit a big contested three. That was huge to get the momentum back on UCLA side. So like, I know it's not big and flashy, but it was huge.
I also,
The only
oh,
tw-
sorry.
the only 20-point scorer was Flau'jae, right?
Well, yeah, I think, but I also think it's kind of what Dolores said. I think often we watch UCLA, and I ain't gonna lie, I say this all the time. They're not my favorite to watch because they're just not athletic. They're not my type of girlies. It's just not my vibe. But I do think, like Dolores said, in this game, they got that shit popping, and I do think Janiyah was the emotional leader for them, in that game. So yeah.
And also Janiyah, like, I know Gardner made a lot of threes, but in terms of like post play, Janiyah got to the rack. Like when Betts went out, Janiyah kept them in the game by getting to the free throw line, attacking the rim, rebounding really well. She was an integral part of them winning this game. So there can't be no shade at her. And also for the new fans, I find it funny that people are like, Texas A&M ain't no rivalry of ours. Well, babes, y'all have not beat South Carolina since the Obama administration, and we still call this a rivalry. So beating a team by a lot or not winning recently is not the marker for what is or isn't a rivalry.
Hmm. And so elsewhere we
But
had some.
are like, did she mean like? I'm sorry to cut you off, people. Did she mean like
Anyway,
as far as like the school? Because I know for us, South Carolina has Clemson. Uh, was that one of their rivals for real, or did she just mean women's basketball? Because I know Texas
see,
A&M LSU football game is big too. So is it really like a school
It
thing?
Well,
See, I was
remember when
thinking more
she
of
was
a
in
conference
school,
thing.
she almost they lost, but one of those years when she was at Texas A&M, they took LSU to the wire and almost won. Because if
I
I'm
was
not
just,
mistaken,
I,
she
I
talked
was just. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
she talked about the SEC tournament game against LSU, saying like if not for the refs, we might have won that game. So I do think it's a school rivalry, but I think she was specifically
Okay.
talking about the teams matching up.
Because I know that's a big football game. I think.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so elsewhere, we moved on to the Elite Eight, and then those games, South Carolina versus Duke, and then we had USC versus UConn. What stood out to you for both of those games?
Wait, be sorry, not to go back, but Wes Moore. I'm sick of this shit.
Mm,
I am
Yeah.
so
mm-hmm.
tired. I'm so sick of this shit, bro. Like literally, you watched your team get walked down and you just had your hands underneath that bowl cut. Like, well, what do I do? Call a damn timeout, maybe. I don't know. Shit, bro.
But it's so.
Like,
I'm sorry.
and it reminds me, like, remember we all sat here and watched them give the game away to UConn? What year was that? The year Diamond was there?
Uh
Yes.
huh.
Yep.
And
Yes.
it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, what are you doing? You literally had the game won and you just is like, well, shit, I ain't gonna call no timeouts. Hope they figure it out. See ya.
Yeah. It's so interesting though because them people loyal to him, and then we see what's going on in Notre Dame going on. Like they love the white man. They stay with them through the pits. But anyway,
Well,
Well, since you brought it up, let's also discuss Notre Dame against TCU. We thought that this would be the game where
I
Notre Dame was
told
going to look
y'all
Hot
back.
asses on
mess.
Spaces 3 months ago. I told your ass on Spaces 3 months ago that Notre Dame was not making it to no Final Four, and I did not see the vision. I didn't know that they had shit going on in the locker room, but Ivy not getting that roster under control, not nipping some of them bad habits in the butt, bit them in the ass. Once they moved West Bell and Liz Carlin over Koval and Liatu, the season was over. That's it. So I, I, yeah. Also, this is why when y'all was like, Hannah's front runner for National Defense Player of the Year, I was like, nah, like, nah. Is she a really solid guard? Yes. Is she pesky? Yes. But she don't come to work every day to
it's not
defend.
consistent.
She knows that her offense is off of her defense. Like a lot of her points come in transition. There's nothing wrong with that. But if she can't get those N1 foul calls, driving to the basket, altering and contouring her body, she becomes very one dimensional. And her defense is a lot of times, and specifically because of the conference she's in, she can get away with that because a lot of those girls are not used to that type of quickness and physicality. But when somebody can like put the ball on the floor, her little quickness can get to them and can run an offense, she becomes null and void. Like HBO not big, but HBO was getting to the rack on her ass. Like
So,
so, I feel like a lot of that hype that people fall into,
oh,
Lay needs to be like Hannah. Uh, Madison needs to be like Hannah. Be like Hannah. Be like Hannah. And it's like Hannah got a lot of work to do. Hannah can score. She's good, but Hannah got a lot of work to do. And that work might have been why the last 2 years they haven't made it past the Sweet 16 because they lost last year because instead of her, getting her teammates involved, she tried to play meatball against Oregon State and got packed up.
Let's blame that on the nose
I
ring.
think
What?
to Dolores's point too is like like in January it was Hannah's National Player of the Year. Notre Dame is winning the title, running away, and I sat up here and I said, look, it's too early and we still have not gotten all the way through conference play. Like it's early. And we all sat up here and said, even when they came and beat us, and I gave them their props for that, but we said after they went on that holiday tournament, it's a whole lot of N1 mixtape. And when that
mm-hmm.
shit going in, it looks fun. Everybody's having a great time. When it's not, it looks very bad. And I mean, you can't have all three of them not shoot well. Like one, maybe two, okay, but all three, even Citron was off. I was like, damn.
The future mystic.
Well, we know it won't be Olivia. Shit. Y'all think I missed y'all conversation last night, but y'all think she went in there and said, "Good news, I'm not going pro." Okay,
Bad
but
news.
bad news, I'm not. I'm staying in school, but not this one though. I'm going to a
That's
different
funny.
one.
I wish I knew her personality for real, because that would be funny.
So I don't like this account, but they ate me up. Y'all know that video of Nene Leaks? Um, hold up. It's when she on that bus
Now wait a minute,
and she
glasses.
talking about yes, I'm not passing to you, goggles.
So we're going to get to the we're we're going to get to the transfer portal. Obviously that's the biggest. That is the biggest name. I think there are a lot of big names in the portal, but so far she is by
Yes.
far probably the largest name.
Everybody go after Olivia Miles and leave Tanaya Latson alone. That is the biggest name in the portal.
Clock it, Yana.
Everybody go
Clock it.
after Olivia Miles. Go get her. Tanaya, if you're listening, come to South Carolina, sister.
You right
We
from
need
Georgia.
you.
You right from Georgia, so we got chicken and waffles in Columbia too, boo.
We got a food hall on the way, sister.
Right down the street. I live down the street from Westlake. The drive ain't far. It ain't far from Westlake to Columbia. Your people be at the game all the time. Raven Mama take that drive.
All the time.
So it's
Had a
all
birthday
good.
party at Kiki's.
So before we go to the Final Four, we have another Elite Eight game to cover. It was Duke versus South Carolina. Another blood pressure monitoring game. Um,
No,
what, Dolores?
um, what Shay said this, and I gotta bring it back. So I guess South Carolina isn't the only beatable team in the Elite Eight. It it baffles me that we've gotten to a place where you cannot win a close game. Like, it baffles me. That that's why we watch hoops. Like, we watch hoops for blood pressure moments. Like we do. And did South Carolina play a good game? No. Have we played a good game in 3 rounds? No. But you gotta win. Like, 1 point, 17 points, 35. You gotta win. If we're gonna talk about what took place on the floor, I thought the team started taking bad shots, which is what we do typically when the other team forced us to, and we got out of sync. And it was just a matter of, when does this team go on their run? Thank God Raven Johnson is a Gamecock. Thank God Pow Pow's a Gamecock. Thank God Sanaya's a Gamecock. Thank God Chloe's a Gamecock, and thank God Breeze is a Gamecock. Those juniors and seniors led us to a win. Duke looks like a team that if they get a big, i.e. Kate Koval, in addition to Toby, they gonna go somewhere in the future. Like, it was a good ass game. It was crazy, but it was good. I like them. You ain't got to score 75 points for me to like it. It was a good ass game.
It was definitely a good game. And I think that people are underselling some of the teams that South Carolina played in order to make it seem like it's just this cupcake walk that South Carolina is struggling through. But it's not like Duke literally just beat NC State and Notre Dame to win the ACC tournament. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not like the biggest like ACC stan, but that Duke's a good team. Like, they're not no scrub. They're not going to roll over. They're a team that likes to make games, low scoring. They want to defend. They want to make it nasty. South Carolina used to be that way, right? They're a tough team. It's not going to be easy. And we're at a point of the season where nobody wants to go home. Ain't nobody giving up in no game. Ain't nobody backing down because it's win or go home. So every game's going to be close from here on out, probably. Like, that's just what it is. That doesn't mean one team's, any worse than the other. It's just competitive hoops. And that's what we ask for. We ask for parity. We've been asking for parity for a while now in women's basketball. When we get it, it's like South Carolina is the only one that's struggling or whatever people want it to be.
And to be honest, out of the Elite Eight teams, I'm just curious, do you all feel that they may have had the most difficult path with when you look at these past three games?
I don't. I mean, I UConn had the easiest, but I just think the teams got matched up with teams that honestly would give them a challenge. Like Duke probably wouldn't do well versus a team like, say, UConn because of how UConn scores on the perimeter. But Duke matches up well with South Carolina because of their physicality and their defense, and honestly with how South Carolina's been shooting as of late. LSU and UCLA. LSU matches up well with UCLA, you know? Meanwhile, you put LSU versus maybe another team and that might not be a good matchup. So I think the committee, even if it wasn't on purpose, did a pretty good job of matching teams up based on style of play and putting a good game together.
Let's get back to UConn. Sorry for my UConn girlies, because I know how y'all get. I don't mean no harm. UConn is a 2 seed. They have played, I looked it up yesterday, Arkansas State, San Diego State, not San Diego, South Dakota, right?
South Dakota, yeah.
Very solid
Yes.
team. Nothing, definitely not taking anything away from South Dakota because I do think they're very solid. Their style of play is, you know, in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
In Oklahoma, y'all
Then,
beat by what, 30,
40,
40?
40,
Yes.
and 20 the second time. Now, I'm not, and I don't give a damn who's scared of the easiest, da da da. But it's just UConn fans on my timeline I see every day saying South Carolina had the easiest road. Now,
mm-hmm.
now I don't see. I guess I don't see because that's been the common. That's what they've been saying. Because I don't give a damn either way. Because that's what they've been saying. When I'm looking at the comparison, I don't see how you come to that conclusion that South Carolina's games are easier. Now, me personally, don't give a damn. I haven't really watched much of anything but South Carolina. But for that to be the argument, when I look up who they played, because that's what made me go look. I'm like, well, shit, well, who UConn played? And I'm
But
looking.
also, they barely beat SC without Juju.
Child was asleep.
And
I don't know.
just the other day, there was a tweet that said, I don't think there's a team left in the draw that can beat UConn. And then the next day, Ray Marshall almost led USC over UConn.
Yeah, and this is no
Yeah.
shade to UConn, but I mean, if that's what Rhea did, like, I know Lauren Best was watching that with her feet up and was like, oh, wait a minute. So I think we got to be realistic, y'all. I mean, UConn had Paige has been hooping. She been doing her big one as a senior, obviously, but like all of the other one seeds would have killed to play Oklahoma and then USC without the best player in the country. Like we just come on, y'all.
And Arkansas. And whatever the hell the other team was. I already forgot.
South
South
Dakota.
Dakota State.
I already forgot. But the thing is, y'all, I really did go. I went and looked it up because I kept saying, because even Carissa said that silly shit too. So I went and looked.
No, she
Yeah,
didn't.
I said, how did you get that? Did you look at everybody? She said, well, she said out of the one seeds. I said, well, okay, whatever, girlie. So I was like, well, let me go look because I keep seeing this on my timeline. South Carolina got the easiest road because somebody, when I said some of my uncommon favorites, somebody came out and mentioned and was like, if you talking about the easiest road, da 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 da. So I'm like, well, shit, let me go look. And to my surprise, I saw that, and I said, now I ain't want to judge because I didn't give a fuck to anyway to look at it, but 1 plus 1 not giving me 2. It just didn't make sense. I don't know how, like.
But I'm even confused about the one seed thing with South Carolina. Cause this is the same Indiana team that gave both California schools trouble playing them. Uh, Duke,
Oh, Indiana was that team that Southern
correct,
Cal was. Yeah, that was a bad
correct,
game. I remember that. I do remember
correct.
that. I do remember that. I do remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Twice.
Oh.
Duke just won their conference
Mm-hmm.
tournament and is was one of the hottest teams in the country. If I'm not mistaken, they were on a 7-8 game
Mm-hmm.
win streak. after storming through their conference tournament. And again, to your point, I really don't give a flying fuck. Uncommon favorite, it is what it is. But like we like moving between 17 like conversations, but cycling in them. Like, oh, nobody doubted y'all. We know that's a lie. Oh, no, y'all don't got the hardest schedule. Y'all got the easiest one. Well, why y'all struggling against Duke? Well, maybe because it's not an easy schedule. Like, huh? Like, 1 plus 1 don't equal 2. You know, like, and then, oh, I look at Texas and TCU, and they not scoring much more than we scored. I look at LSU, UCLA, they not scoring much more than we scored. But all the tweets, oh, this is the ugliest basketball I've ever seen. This is horrendous hoops. Well, I mean, I don't think nobody else was shooting the cover off the ball in the tournament outside of Betts, maybe.
I just,
So
I just want us to move. Like, I need y'all to, I know we hate the men in general, but I need y'all to watch the way the men's tournament is. They be over there having a blast. We survive. Shit, we on to the next one. That's how it is with the men. Like, we are at a point now, y'all, where once we get past like that first round, maybe that first weekend, it's gonna be dogfights. Like, that's how parity works.
Yeah.
Like, people are competing, people are trying to win games. Ain't nobody just laying down. Like, shit, on top of Duke and Indiana, you had Brenda Freeze, one of the best coaches in the country.
Yes, it is.
Like it's, oh my gosh, y'all, it's gonna be dog
People are
fights.
trying to win. It is win or go home
Right.
season. And you
Like,
got seniors trying to their last game of the year. Like, come on, man.
But yeah.
As we said before, as long as you have that one extra point, it doesn't matter because guess what? For those teams that have won on, like Shay said, it's survive and advance. Those teams that have won on buzzer beaters, you can't take their trophy back no matter if they almost lost or not. Guess what? They won. They are 1 point. So shouts out to Villanova. So we're gonna go.
But honestly though, like just like that was it was actually a really good game. If you could take out your hate watch for a
Mm-hmm.
second,
Mm-hmm.
as a fan, I enjoyed the game as stressful as it was. Toby Fournier is going to be an amazing player. Like the tools, man, that girl is like she is good. And you can just see it when things start really slowing down for her. The footwork is there, the shot is there. Like Toby's going to be a dope player for Duke. And
Who do they have
that
coming in?
game in general, just the runs that teams went, like each team went on, who was leading the runs when things got tight, and Dawn put her seniors in. It was like we riding y'all until the wheels fall off, and the seniors responded, and like it was a good game as a fan of South Carolina because we won, but as a fan of basketball too.
but also, when you go to games, when you spend your personal money and attend them, you can appreciate basketball. When you go to games and you spend your money and you get in your car, get in the plane and travel and attend them and don't just sit on Twitter and regurgitate the triple H's and the triple W's that Nell and them be talking about, you could actually enjoy hoops. But y'all don't know what the fuck y'all be watching. How you
but
got
yeah.
how you got a whole TikTok supposed to be celebrating hoops and you tweeting, oh, they don't got bitch. Nigga, okay. They won the game.
Shout out to Nail. Hope you're back in the studio soon.
That's my girl,
Right.
man. She need to come back.
I'd replace what her name is.
Debbie. Sorry.
Mm-mm. In
No,
the
Debbie know what
SEC.
she was talking about.
In the SEC. What her name? Blonde one.
Um,
Oh God.
who?
Steffi.
Who?
Steffi.
Yes.
Steffi.
Replace Steffi with Nell. I'm tired of Steffi. She can go.
Wait, is it Steffi or
I'm
is it
tired of
Brooke?
all
Is
the
it
Can
Steffi or
somebody take
Brooke?
girls.
Holly job? That's the first one on the docket.
Wait. Okay, so yes. Speak. So was that true or was that an April Fool's thing about the whole no KFC and no Wingstop?
No,
No, she
that
said that
happened.
shit.
Yeah, but apparently,
Rhea said that to her.
Raya said it, and she said apparently they said she mentioned she didn't want to repeat it, but said it anyway.
Then why did she repeat it? It's like,
Right? Yeah, she said she didn't want to, but then said it anyway.
See, you don't tell
That's how I felt
But
about the
that-
Lauren Betts thing. Like they could have wrote an article about it, but I'm not repeat. I'm not
them
saying no shit
them
like
players.
that.
They
I'm
about
not.
to start lying to Holly so they can
Hey,
so she
hey,
can say something.
they be putting clips on the timeline of Paige running from her.
It just makes sense.
Nah, planting a fake story is crazy. I would lie like shit, girl.
Tell
Me and my
her.
grandma, we had to walk to the game back in our day. When we was playing in that cold, it was cold. Like, what else did she? Oh, she told us that Mora broke her nose, and
And
Yeah.
that was a lie.
Mora was like, no, I didn't do that.
Wow.
I guess what's been making it bad is that every single time it's resulted in the opposing team or an opposing player getting a firestorm of hate. Like the transphobic comments under the bets post, insane.
Wait.
Like
What does she? What?
it. So after the nose broken thing, of course, what's the good? Lobo was like, "I've broken my nose 3 times and I wasn't able to play." So instantly, that was an issue. Then a lot of the LSU fans started calling Betts a dirty player, and saying she was overly aggressive and a hack. And then, if I'm not mistaken, one of them people, Bleacher Report or somebody, posted that she like her highlights or something about her, and then under the comments, it was just a litany of transphobic remarks and comments about her. I think they referenced BG and somebody else. It was
But
like
It
three
was
bitches that have
BG and
done
EDD
something.
or something like
but
that. They
hold
did
on.
Yeah.
something.
Because
You
like
said what?
a day or two ago, it was a video going around of Lauren talking, and her voice sounded deep, and they was dragging her even before that.
Yeah, that
So
was
that
after they
Yeah,
that
that's
won.
the
Yeah,
video
it
with
was a guy who.
EDD and BG.
Yeah,
yeah. So
it's
that
a
I
guy
think
who
that was probably
started
a
it.
perfect storm, uh, for that.
That is
Yeah.
insane.
Dang, that girl don't even give that. Like these people are
And
stupid.
I seen like a lot of people like hating LSU now, not LSU, UCLA. And I was like, UCLA don't even do nothing, bro. They like,
They don't.
no shade to them, but they're like very boring. Not, okay, that's mean. They're not boring. They don't do a lot on social media, you know? So like everybody be like, I hate UCLA now. I'm like, what? What do they do? They don't do
It's
anything.
because
Like they
they
literally
dare.
don't bother nobody.
It's because they dared to be vocal in the whole Janaya thing. And I think that there was another player outside of Janaya maybe talking about how the game was personal, or they were like in terms of how
That
they
was
matched up.
Hawkes.
How
Oh
so
yeah, that
and
was
and
Hawkes.
so now because you speak, anytime someone has confidence in themselves against people who feel like they are the only ones who are allowed to have the motion, then it becomes this whole hate fest. And so now you see the two other groups linking up and saying, "Oh, I'm supporting you all. I'm yada yada yada." Basically, enemies linking up so that they can
That's
tear that
crazy.
particular team
Cause
down.
it's just hoops or it's just sports in general.
Hmm.
Like when you play a lot of these teams back and forth or you play them and they beat you, of course you want to get your lick back. Like I won't be shocked
Hmm.
if come this Friday, before this Friday, we see a quote from Madison Booker talking about how she ready to light Breezy ass up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be shocked if I see that shit because Breezy just last week was like, who can't guard you, ho? So like,
So Yana, no, no, for real, I was like, dang, I hope that don't, because I was thinking
Oh,
about that.
Brandon,
Oh,
please.
brother. You are just,
No, no, no,
God
no, 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 no,
dang.
no, 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 no.
Breezy is a crash out. She probably done scratched that whole game from the SEC tournament out of her memory and still thinking back to the who can't
I
guard.
wasn't saying that. I hope that it doesn't cause. Never mind. I'll put it in the group. Okay, so.
Yes, because you
in the
worrying
chat.
about basketball hoop shit.
No, I ain't worried. I ain't worried at all. No, but anyway, so the game, so the final four is the final four is set. In the first game of the night, we're going to have South Carolina versus Texas, and for part four of the year, and then after that, we'll have UCLA versus UConn, and UConn is making their first. I mean, excuse me, UCLA is making their first appearance in the Final Four. We know that the other teams have already won national championships in their program's history. And so, what game?
Oh, well, I don't. I just want to give y'all can get y'all predictions. I just got to give Sarah Strong her flowers. God damn.
She's been hooping.
Like, she was putting Kiki in all types of blenders. I said, oh, Kiki ain't no, they had to put Ray on her. Ray is like, damn, I'm a little big to be out here trying to guard her, ain't it? But shit, Sarah Strong, God, that kid gonna be, yeah, I know, Paige gonna graduate and I think they say AZ coming back, right?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
right.
AZ coming
Yeah,
back.
Sarah is, yeah, that kid is like that.
I like her temperament. Like she don't ever change. Just very straight to business, not getting too high with the highs or anything like that. She's a bucket, man. She does everything for that team.
Now what?
Very great
Yeah,
vision.
she's a little calmer than the upperclassmen, actually.
Yeah.
A little more poised than them.
I also think when you're a freshman, you don't know what you don't know. Kind of like a
Yeah,
baby. Like, I don't know to be scared. I'm just child. I'm just having the time of my life.
true.
Oh, is this on?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes,
Oh,
we can hear you.
sorry, I got bad service. So who does UConn have coming back for their rosters? I know AZ is coming back.
Everybody but
Is Aubrey
Paige.
done?
Caitlin Shin will be
Oh,
gone.
Caitlin.
Um,
Aubrey should have another year, right?
No.
Or was Aubrey there with Megan?
Oh, I think she done.
I think she got one more year. I think
Shut up. For real?
I mean,
she's
she
been
had
hurt a lot.
Oh, that's true.
so she's
Bruh,
had to
I,
they
go out
put
this.
Aubrey in the game last night. I said, now wait a damn minute. I thought her shirt not red. What the hell is this? They cheating.
Well, y'all know Sedona can come back too. So
No, she
I
I've
can't.
thought that was
had it.
April Fool's
No.
joke.
based on them getting Silva, it don't seem like they want her to come back. I wouldn't.
She don't got no more years left.
She was soft as hell versus I'd be like, oh no, no man, I see it enough. Nope.
okay. So what game are you all looking to for the Final Four?
Both.
The one my team playing, hell.
I'm glad y'all got the first game.
Me
Me
too.
too.
Yes.
I'm looking
Okay.
forward to both.
Now
Cause I think,
at
um, obviously Texas and South Carolina has given good games. But I think it's cool to see the chess match between Don and Vic. It'll be interesting to see what Vic throws out there. I saw in his presser, he said something like, we've played them a few times and we got to bring something different. So I'm interested to see what the different is. And he's throwing his little shade here and there when he was talking about scoring in the tournament. So I'm interested to see like the chess match like how Dawn approaches the game. Because I do think she's still going to throw some more wrinkles out there that they may not have seen because I'm sure they're probably going to be prepared for Raven to be the rover again. But I feel like Dawn might throw a little something different. So I'm interested to see what she does. And for the second game, I'm interested to see who gonna take over. Like, it could be a Lauren Betts legacy type of game, or it could be the game where AZ and Paige just kind of light it up. So I'm interested to see what battle wins the paint or the perimeter.
I think our game gonna be a knockout drag 'em nasty. So don't come on here expecting no different, baby. That's gonna be a knockout drag 'em dogfight.
Oh yeah, for
Mm,
sure.
might
Especially
be 20 points at the half.
right. Especially it will be a knockout drag out between them two teams regardless. But
hmm
especially because it's the fourth time. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't think like for the many times that we've played a Vic-led team, I feel like every time it's been South Carolina versus whether it's Mississippi State or Texas, it's always like a knockdown, drag out, low scoring type vibe.
The thing is though, if we can finally hit some shots, we can make some shape. But even if we don't, we just gotta figure it out. But if we hit shots, you know.
so since we've seen those two teams play a number of times throughout the season, let's go to the second game. Who do you feel will be probably the biggest X factor in those games? In that second game.
Tamia need to do what she did again. That was good for me.
Hmm.
Um, Janaya just coming on, just being that athletic spark, whatever they need in that sense, because she might have to switch and guard some different people because she is athletic and she has the ability to. Um, Kiki Rice can't be out there bojangling and bullshitting. Um,
And almost giving the game up.
yeah, y'all know oof, oof,
She was trying her hardest.
oof, mm, 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 mm. And everybody just need to play their role for UCLA. Don't try to do too much. Everybody just do what you good at. Do what you do. Get up all the beds. Do it open
I'm
shot.
about to say, get the ball where it need to
Yeah.
go. But I agree with Lowe. Tamia can knock down threes, because she's been very hit or miss this
Yeah.
season, but she helps them a lot when she can knock down threes. And to Lowe's point, Janiyah probably is going to draw the Sarah Strong
I was about to
assignment.
ask about her.
And so yeah, Janiyah is they gonna ask a lot of her. They're gonna be like, get out there and guard the black people that are
Yep.
athletic, please.
That's
Thank you
exactly what
so
they do.
much. That's what they did in LSU game. They was like, get out there and guard her.
I think for UConn, Jana Alfie is gonna
Uh-huh.
be huge for them because she's probably the only one with the size to bang in the paint with Lauren. Um,
She gonna try, but I don't know.
and she can't get in foul trouble
Yeah,
either.
I don't know, man. That's
It was a lot of heavy lifting from their starters, and not even just from their starters, from three of their starters.
Yeah.
Um, I think they had 2 points maybe total off their bench. Um, who?
I'm gonna say, another X factor is for me for UConn.
KKS.
I'm going to say
Yep.
KK because,
Hmm.
like I always say, UCLA get out there with that unathletic mess sometimes, but KK can car their ass up, maybe dish it, car
And
their
put
ass. I
pressure
don't know
on Kiki
something.
Rice on defense.
Yeah,
But
something. I think it's her.
the
In London, maybe?
however the
No,
how
I
however the
don't.
refs call guard contact early is gonna tell me how this
Okay,
game gonna look, because I think both teams get real handsy. But if
Hmm.
if they let KK go out there and be a pest with them with hands, that could really throw off UCLA's entire offensive plan,
agree.
because KK be out there on Adderall. Like, oh my God. Like, again, if you're listening to this, I'm not saying she does Adderall. It is a metaphor. She goes out there and plays really well with high energy on defense, and it is good for UConn. Okay. But KK be out there wilding. Um, and I think her and Aubrey both, Gino kind of uses them, like Lo used to always say, matchup specific. And I thought Aubrey was really pivotal for UConn in the second half of the USC game. And I think KK has been pivotal in a lot of their games. Um, in like, the first USC game, KK was really pivotal in that game. So, I'm interested to see how those guards play. Cause I don't think UConn has a soul to do anything with, bets. But I also think if Janiyah comes out there playing aggressive, they don't got nobody doing that with her either.
Agreed.
Cause Sarah can definitely get her big one on offense, but if you take it to her on defense,
She not there
yeah,
yet.
she not there. And I also think the way that you stop a freshman in a game like this is, if she giving you buckets, give her buckets back, like within the system. But you can't just let her kill it on offense. Like, you gotta make her defend you. And I think Kiki started settling for way too many goddamn mid-range jumpers and shit, girl. Take it to her chest nonetheless. But yeah.
I'm also
Yeah.
interested to see like the little games in this one, like the game within the game in this game as well, because in that last the Southern Cal game, Gino played his small lineup, which UConn has done a lot lately. And I'm wondering like if he even tries a small lineup with Lauren out there, because obviously you're gonna be giving up a lot of size if you go small, but you will be challenging Lauren to basically step out and defend the perimeter, because in that small lineup, everybody on the court can shoot. And so Lauren won't be able to camp out in the paint, which is going to open up the driving lanes and stuff like that too. So I'm interested to see like the game within the game and how UCLA responds to the smaller lineup and how, UConn responds to using that lineup with Lauren Betts on the court and stuff.
Now, Yonder, that's a great point, because if you look at like, and I'm sure Gino has looked at what Jew has done against them. Like, if Paige is aggressive and they go to that smaller line, like Paige could eat on them.
Mm-hmm.
If she is like, hey, I'm trying to like go at y'all for real, like Paige could get her shit off against
Because
them.
in that
Because I
small
don't.
ball lineup, I would guess that Lauren Betts would probably be guarding Sarah Strong, who's been shooting
Right.
really well from the three. But that little screen game with Sarah and Paige, It,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that shit is tough to guard, man. That is tough to guard, and Betts can't sag off because Paige is gonna come off that screen and hit the mid range, and if they try to, like hedge, Paige is gonna make that quick pass to Sarah. It's gonna be interesting. I'm interested to see how it goes.
One thing I do hope is that they let them
So into
play a little bit, and I hope they let them bang in the paint a little bit, because that UCLA LSU game, some of them fouls, I was like, okay, girl, I've had it.
That
And
is big
Bets
because
be
Lauren
getting
being the
knocked.
bigger person,
Bets be getting knocked the fuck around, and I'm tired
yeah.
of that.
Oh, she do. Yeah, for sure. And then they don't call it when she's getting hacked, but then she's down there and she may try to do a swim move, and cause somebody might have got cracked in the ear, now it's, you know,
Why
I'm
did
just
that girl
saying.
hit the ground like
Call it both
that? Like,
ways.
why did she
I
hit the
think she
ground
went
like
out. That's the only reason they put her out there was a flop.
that?
Yep.
Oh, for
Yeah, that
sure.
was the game
Yeah.
plan.
It, but
I mean, it
even
worked.
like
Shit.
that viral play of Bets getting the N one, she got fouled 8 times on that one play
Before they
before they blew the
called it,
whistle.
yeah.
And Anissa damn near need speared her ass, and they didn't say shit.
But you know what's funny? It didn't even look like she felt that shit. She didn't feel it.
Beth was on one, bruh.
Janaya must be whacking her ass in practice. Janaya probably be knocking the hell out of that girl in practice.
That girl, now Bets is a player that will get frustrated quick AF. She came into that game acting like my mother is a black woman. I don't, I don't always lean into it, but my mother is a black woman, and I'm not about to get hold. She snatched that ball from me 3 times in one play. Said, "Oh my
Girl, you is weak. I'm
god,
finna peek. I don't even. It's funny.
oh Lord." She was on 10, but it'll be a fun game. I'm excited for it. Um, I hope Odaker don't come out there taking it from winning the floor to another against us, because we going home if she do.
Dog, all they could think she Wimby. I said, oh,
Honestly, when she did
she
that,
hates Sedona with her heart.
it reminded me of when she did it versus us. When she stole the ball from Maddie and went full court, I was like, yikes.
Damn, I'm gonna remember that.
That was the turning point of the
It
game
was.
when we
It
were
was.
trying to come back in the game. We
Oh,
were on a run and Maddie bounced that thing off her leg and all the hand and
The,
she went full
the
court.
spirit of Zaya came through Maddie because she was doing them damn between dribbles between two people, and I wanted to just off myself. Lord.
the
And I
spirit of
think somebody fouled her too. It was an and one.
Yes, we did. It was a mess. It was a mess.
the spirit
okay.
of Zaya is in Westwood, California,
So as
with three
so we're
C
gonna go.
curls named Kiki Rice.
I knew it was coming. So everybody pick your winner. So we're gonna do your
Ooh,
winner for
Lord.
both games and national
Oh,
championship.
brother.
South Carolina, thanks.
South Carolina, UCLA.
Mm.
I'm gonna go
Mm.
South Carolina, UConn.
Uh,
You can pick
Mama
it. It's yours.
Betts, support and love y'all, but I can't, I don't know if I got that much blue. Ooh, but that UConn blue. Oh, South Carolina, and to be determined.
What are the
No,
blue
I
teams?
think, yeah, I don't know.
And I'm personally not picking against Texas because I'm a homer. I
I
just,
am.
I just, I think it'll be a good game, a close game. However, when you haven't been there before, it's really hard to win. It really is. Um, as much as I think Vic is a solid coach, okay. South Carolina, UCLA. Thank you.
I'm picking because I'm 803. I'm picking South Carolina. I don't care. I don't care.
I just think South Carolina found something that worked in the SEC tournament. They were able to run Oldacre off the floor, and she was kind of the difference maker in that win that Texas did get over South Carolina. But running her off the floor and realizing that they need to like go to get Texas like out of rhythm on their defense and stuff. is what I think ultimately will help them get the dub.
Ooh, child, this is tea, y'all. Somebody said, they talking about Kenny Brooks. They said it's eerily similar to what he did when he left James Madison
James
for
Madison.
Virginia Tech. He was
Oh,
preaching family and love, and then he left with no thank you to the fans, no goodbyes, talks of exclusive text with group players, um, limited players on the bench. So this is a pattern for him.
So since we that's actually going to take us into our next segment. We're going to get into the transfer portal. I know we already talked about who Yana has said is the number one pick, so to leave others alone. So let's go ahead and get right back into it and start once again with Olivia Miles. Where do we feel will be the best fit for Olivia Miles?
the TL saying TCU.
Mm.
I've heard Duke too.
Yeah. I
I could see Duke, but I'm interested if she's actually willing to lock in on defense the way Kara
Kyra
wants
wants her to.
them to. You know, like Duke is a defensive team and like defense first type team.
Yeah.
So that would be
So
my
it's
question mark.
okay. Um,
But I mean, I don't even know what she's like looking for, to be honest. So it's kind of hard to really get an idea of where she would land. But I mean, if TCU's the front runner, hey, it worked for Haley Van Lith, and so why not?
Well, I mean, if TCU's a front runner, that means what matters to her is Christian. Amen, sisters. Amen. But I have a I have an issue with running to live TV. Like, has any of them ESPN people actually reached out to her for comment, talk to her reps?
no.
Like, I'm
Yeah,
seeing clips of y'all on live TV talking to Shannon Sharp of all fucking people about where Olivia Miles and NIL and salary. Like, what the hell are y'all doing? And you got people who are supposed to be, helping the coverage at ESPN nodding their head like, yeah, agreed. Like, the fuck is going on over there? Can Shannon Sharp pick Olivia Miles out of a lineup? If you put her and other people with a fro and curls in there, would he even know who the hell which one she was?
yeah. I
probably
didn't
what
really. I was in my head. I was like, did y'all even talk to her? Like everybody just immediately assumed that it's NIL related, and I feel like I would really like people to stop just immediately assuming it's NIL related. Like for some
Correct.
people, sure, but that's not the case for every single player. Like somebody pointed out last night on y'all spaces that she got 2 degrees from Notre Dame already. Like she has one and she's finishing up another one. So who's to say the girl didn't want to get another degree that maybe Notre Dame just didn't have? Like shit. Sometimes it could be that simple, but just to immediately assume that she's leaving to chase a bag, that's not always the case for every single player.
she came in spring 2021, right?
Yeah, because she came early. She started
Hmm.
her
Got a
career
triple
early with
double
Notre
like the
Dame.
first game.
Yeah.
I my my to Shay's point, it I hate to get into my I'll study AFAM in school. But it gives very much save to black people. The
Hmm.
WNBA ain't got no money. Like, and I think even that is so patronizing and misogynistic. Like, first of all, WNBA players are paid below their meanings, yes, but they are not poor. They work 5 months out of the year and make over $70,000 a year. Not to mention, NIL
Right.
does not die after college. If you have any endorsements, they will follow you as long as they are not university affiliated. Aaliyah Boston comes to Columbia once or twice a month because she in every one of them Everybody Loves South Carolina commercials that show up on local TV. That shit is very present. If the local car dealership loves that girl, she's making that money still. If the community in Texas has a Christian committee and she's on it, they're gonna be donating to the cause, okay? So even the idea that people only move because they're going to the highest bidder is disingenuous and a little anti-black. Because these very same people also put out a statement. Well, Paige doesn't need the money. She just is gonna sit out, and just, relax for a year and then just wait on the new CBA. And that's bullshit. These are talented hoopers that are smart, that are college educated. Some of them come from middle class families. Some of them come, if she going to Notre Dame, she definitely not poor. Like it's really nasty, and for those women to sit on that platform with the very same men that told them, "Oh, baby, we only started covering the game recently because Caitlin's here. Fuck everything that happened before her." And he was basically up there telling y'all to shut the hell up, and you won't grow in the industry until you do what we say, and y'all feeding into it. Like that's some bullshit. Like everybody's not moving based off the check. I don't care what they tell y'all. Cause honestly, we don't even know what the numbers look like. We don't even have real valuations for these college players. I ain't seen not near a spreadsheet with them actual incomes. I've seen some valuations, meaning what y'all think they could get or what they deserve, but I ain't seen no numbers. Show me them tax returns, baby. And make sure them kids paying them taxes back too. Or else they gonna wind up in jail like some of your uncles and aunties.
Okay, we're about to go on further down in the transfer portal news, but I'm about to do a Christmas show exit. If you know, you know. So, Dolores, is Lo still on here?
Yes, she is.
Okay. So first, sorry, Yana, we're going to do. Excuse me. Secondly, we're going to do Tanaya Latson. Where do we feel like is the best fit for her?
South Carolina next.
Thank you.
Any objections?
Hell
No,
no.
Shay.
next.
Okay. Any of the others from Notre Dame?
Kate Koval is about to make somebody happy as fuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
They should have used that. They tripping.
Come to the west side, sister.
I, I
Mm.
don't know her finalists, but just logically, if she go up there playing with Toby, that's gonna be some scary shit. Oh my god, that's gonna be scary.
What is her final? What were her finalists? I wonder if we
If
can
I'm,
figure it out. Let me see.
I know that in the Under Armour All American game, I think her and Toby were on the same team. I do know that, but I don't know who her finalists were.
Let's see
I
if
just
Julie.
she gives me I would go to Duke.
Let me see if
Who's the
she.
one that's like their grandfather was like one of the founders of the Raptors? Is that Toby or Kate?
Try not. You
I
know you
have
be
no
knowing all
idea.
them damn. B, you should go on Jeopardy for basketball. You just be
Okay.
knowing random shit.
Oh, she must have deleted them all. I was trying to see if she still had it on her Instagram, but she don't.
Who do you feel is so outside of those three? I feel like it's a general consensus that those are probably the three must gets for any program. Who will be your next tier of transfers?
Sarah Williams for sure.
Her top
Okay.
three, to go back to Cake of all, her top three were Notre Dame, Stanford, and LSU.
Ooh.
Ooh, LSU could use her.
Red is about to get busy. Go put them leather pants on, brother.
Speaking of LSU, what tier do we put Smith?
Uh,
Mid. And I don't mean she's mid, just below top.
yeah,
She's in that next one
below
below, but
Sarah.
damn,
Yeah.
if I will take her in LA because we need somebody to guard Lauren
Ooh,
Best.
y'all
That's
do
where I
that would
want
be
her.
cute. I like that.
If
Okay.
I
But
had a say,
who else
I'd
is
put
the
her
other
there.
big with her though?
That
Uh,
She gonna be the big and the
Kate,
little
Kate
Oh,
shit.
Cabal, they both go in there.
I was
Boo.
about to say,
Yeah, bring them
what if she
out.
gets both?
Both of them.
Because I mean, stranger
And
things have happened.
Sarah Williams is still out there, so
Stranger things have happened, but there are a lot more points
do people
to
think?
go
Do
around.
we think that Cody going to LSU?
Oh, brother.
So
allegedly she canceled her visit today. That's T.
Oh, why would she do that? Because everybody leaving.
The streets are talking.
she did recently share something of theirs to her feed.
Oh
Um,
shit! Never mind, child. Shoot, never mind.
Speaking of Portal, Coach Yo,
She
let's give
winning
it up
that
to the
shit.
Portal Queen.
She
she's
winning it.
working.
Currently, she winning. She in the lead, front runner.
And she just
Period.
got a fourth one, allegedly, according to those pages that be posting the little tickets or something. But
I heard a Georgia Tech baby might be on the way.
Oh, okay.
love that.
Speaking of Georgia Tech, who do we feel like who
Dope.
should be?
Tony, if she not in the highest tier, but I would put her right up in right under that next one. That girl can go.
Yeah, she could go.
I like
Who do
her.
we feel like should be the vacancy for Georgia Tech? Who should get that job? Do we
But
feel like that's an attractive job?
the clique saying they want Neil to go there.
No.
Ooh, is y'all are we? Should we be worried?
Yes, they only
I
got two
am.
players right now,
Because I'm worried for my sister, and I don't.
And the girl that was just in the McDonald's All American game.
but she injured, ain't she?
Yes, she is actually.
Wait,
Okay, so
KK
are you?
Bransford is still there, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
Branford's still
three.
there. She'll be coming off the injury.
That's four players.
But what about the Watson girl,
She leaving.
Kylie?
So are you worried about
Got
someone
it.
who is? Are you worried about her because she is a part of Notre Dame's culture, or are you more worried about Indiana, or are they just not the
Indiana
same?
already got girlies on the way. They got Miss the Indiana the Indiana Miss basketball that went to Alabama just went on a visit there.
Chloe?
Yeah, Spring, I think is her last
Yeah.
name. I
Uh-huh.
think she just went on a visit there. I just seen a lot of people on visits there, so I don't think they'll be. I I ain't worried about them. I just want all hell to break loose. Kenny Brooks needs to be put down.
Yeah, I am a little worried about Notre Dame, but it's portal season, so we'll see what she can get in the portal. Because who knows, she might be able to fill it up in the portal and it don't even matter. So we'll see.
Lord, if you hear me, whew, I know it's hard to hang on to all them people we had on the bench with Gottlieb, but please just let us keep Kennedy. Lord, I asked for so little. Kennedy, Jazzy, and then Juju whenever she's ready to come back.
It's gonna be a nice little guard trio for
Yeah.
real.
Now I don't know who's guarding Mama Bets. If you hear me, sister, one or the other. It can't be both. I'm so sorry. We can't have both bets.
I can't believe she was saying both of those black women to that white woman. I need to judge her just a little bit, so I'm gonna put that rumor out. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't think that's fair.
They gonna be a hell of a tandem next year.
I rebuke it in Jesus' name.
Mm,
I'm not.
mm, mm, mm.
Who the fuck want to defend that? That's ridiculous. Gardner transfer sister. There's not enough room for you.
It's too many bigs, too many bigs. Is this how people used to feel versus us?
Yes, yes. Janaya, go pro or transfer. There's not enough space.
Can't
There's
keep
only two
everybody
twin
happy.
towers. There's not
Not enough
five.
minutes.
There's not enough. Hit the road, Jack. That's crazy. All I will say is I pray that they don't get a point guard to pass it to either one of them.
Agreed.
That's, if we can't stop them from being together, we can stop somebody from going to pass it to them with IQ. Lord
That's
knows
the missing piece right there.
Kiki be bouncing that bitch off the damn side of the backboard. I mean, she the tallest person in the world. How you- So yeah, and as much gotta bring as much as y'all drag Raven. I can tell you one thing's for certain and two things for sure. Lauren and Sienna would kill to have that girl on their team, passing it to their asses.
I would hate it.
I honestly would call the feds. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Absolutely would.
She, with how frustrated Ray was with TBO last night, we could have used. TBO was throwing that bitch out of bounds, and Ray was like, "Girl, are you fucking okay?" Oh my
Good for her.
gosh, I cannot believe we wasted a year. Just forget it.
Is TVO graduating?
From my university, yes, I've had enough. I am so sorry. It has been enough. kids, that is how the portal can go mediocre for you. You just picking up people just to put them in the program, and yeah, I. Mm.
My last little controversial thing, and we need to put an end to this. HVL went to a program that she could score in and do what she did at Louisville. That that isn't. She chose stats over growth, and that's okay. But this like white woman tears media firestorm that's happening right now, I'm a little over it. Cause y'all didn't give a damn when Angel was crying after the Final Four. Y'all didn't give a damn when Raven was crying.
Wait,
Y'all didn't
who?
give a
Wait. Who was the first name you said? Because they said you don't ever take us
Angel.
first. Okay,
Angel.
I
They
just want
didn't
to make
care
sure.
when she was in the presser saying, I can't be normal. I
Right.
can't be myself.
Okay. I just wanted to
They
make
didn't.
sure they heard it.
Well, I repeat it again. They were mad when they didn't say anything when Angel was crying. They told her to suck that shit up. They definitely didn't care when Raven was crying. They haven't cared when any black player has gotten heat for not living up to their expectations or losing a game. But for some reason, we're all supposed to feel bad and apologize to HBL because she chose to go to LSU. She chose to participate in the Free Smoke Tour. She chose to talk shit and get her ass handed to her. Then she chose again to go to TCU and play at TCU where she didn't really have a lot of tough competition in conference. Her stats went up, her numbers went up, her assists went up, but she still did not improve as a point guard. She still did not show anything new to WNBA GMs, but y'all all are celebrating her for a great season. I clap for that. But don't nobody owe her no damn apology. The end.
Well,
That's all I got to say on that. But B done left us. It's just us three. What else we got to talk about, love?
I think that was everything, ain't it? Transfer,
Oh,
final.
the Burger Girls.
Oh,
Oh,
Um,
they was just ball hogging around. That shit just, they had a good time, child. Bless it.
I don't know who put together the East starters though,
It
but
was
that
bad.
was awful. That was terrible.
Every time the subs came in, they had to fight to get back in the game a little bit until they just
They
couldn't no
started
more.
the game down 18-0. I don't know if there's like rules or something that they have where they can't sub until every 5 minutes or something like that. So everybody gets playing time. I don't know. But that, they literally sat and watched them starters
Yeah,
go down 18-0 without one sub. And they watched that shit. I was just like, what the fuck?
yeah. They were bad every time they came in. Lord, they ain't like they ain't had no energy or something.
I liked
Nope.
y'all. How do you Ayala? Am I saying it
Isla?
right?
Isla,
Isla.
Isla.
Okay. I like Isla a lot. They gotta get with Molly, get a little weight on them
See,
bones, but yeah, they gonna be straight for y'all.
I don't know. If she the type of person. I don't know if she gonna get no bigger
No,
for real.
she might be like a KD
Yeah,
type. It just is what it is.
yeah. She just gonna have to learn how to maneuver and
She
use it.
kind of
Very
definitely
DeWanna
like
Bonner.
Yeah.
Deanna
Dewana.
Bonner. Yeah.
Oh,
She was aggressive though. I like that.
yeah,
She could tell she
nah.
wanted to play. Yeah.
Sienna can hoop. My girl Jazzy. I see the Trojan fans are really happy what they saw from Jazzy. So
I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you what. Them goddamn Tennessee girls gonna fit in perfectly. Them motherfuckers was chaotic. My girl with the goggles, chaos in the most.
Civil. Jada Civil.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Chaos.
Energy. Pure energy.
Yes. Chaos. Um, the twin, she was really good. She made some good passes. I didn't realize she was so tiny.
Yeah, she like
Uh,
5'5", I think.
oh,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah, she's little. The Haley Swain girl, I'll be interested to see how she matriculate. She wanted to do a lot that she didn't really. She tried a lot. I don't know. I'm interested to see her at
Do
Stanford.
y'all think the Stanford babies will help them turn it back around?
That's what I'm talking about. I don't know.
Okay.
She
I think it's a nice start. I don't think it'll
yeah.
like immediately make an impact, but if they can get like another good class and keep the class that they have now together, then they can start trending in the right direction.
Um
Zakia
what was that?
Johnson looked good for LSU.
Yeah. The
She's a
Grace girl
bucket.
was a free. Yeah, Grace
Yeah,
girl was rebounding.
she has some pretty good blocks too.
Yeah. Oh, I like the now she wild. This is my type of player now, so leave me alone. Cause y'all know y'all know my prototypical type of player. And the shorty that's going to North Carolina, she raw. But I like her energy and she's long and she's athletic. She'll take the three, she'll get down to the rack. But you know that's the type of player I like. Like that tweener kind of in between, that's her. So I liked if she gets somebody who can work with her, I could see her being pretty good. But I don't know if that's gonna happen in North Carolina, child. So we'll see. I think her name Nyla, right? Brooks.
Nyla Brooks, yeah, she from the
Yeah,
crib. Yeah, yeah.
I liked her. She
Hmm.
was like her body type. She real long and yeah, I liked. She didn't do a lot, but that's just that's what I like. But other than that, it was a white girl got going. I think they said she was going to Stanford. Did I make that up? Was that white girl going to Stanford? I don't know. Well, it was
Do
I
we
was
cool.
think
watching
that
that
this
game and I don't know who going where. All I know is who going to South Carolina.
Yeah.
do we think that this is a class like like a potentially really good like future WNBA solid college class, or is it more like a they all right?
Well, the number one player don't get me gonna be super super great. So, um,
I think they have some like sleepers in their class. Like I don't think like Lo said, the number one player, I don't think when we get to their year 4, she's going to be the best player in their
yeah,
class.
agree.
Um, but I can see some people in that like 10 to 12 range or 10 to 15 range surprising some people, kind of like how we talk about Tessa way more than you would think. And I think Tessa was like in the 20s or something like that. I can see them having some people in their class that kind of are just underranked that'll end up shooting up the boards.
I'm with it. Okay, well, the stage is open for a little bit. If anybody has questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, predictions, Final Four, let us know. We are gonna do something a little cute for the Final Four. So be on the lookout for that, but we will open the stage just a little, for any questions, comments, concerns. Don't take all night, because we're not gonna be here all night.
And yeah, y'all got 3 minutes.
Child, I hope my phone let y'all up, so we'll see how this goes.
I don't see no hands raised.
Me either.
And three,
But,
and two, and one.
all
So
right.
class, you have about 5 minutes. Five until somebody gets on the. Seconds. Five till we have anybody going on the stage. Four, and I am scrolling down to see if I see any hands raised.
I don't see no.
Three, it does not seem to be any raised. Two, here's your final chance before we wrap this up. And one. That's my teacher time. It's time to go. Good night.
All right, y'all.
All right.
What, Yana? Oh, you said all right.
No, I was saying all right.
All right,
Bye.
good night.
Bye.
Bye.